Back of the Bus podcast, coming to you with another comic book review. As always, you know I got with me Mr. Theo Butler. I ain't saying, I'm just saying.
He said it. He said it already. I ain't gotta say.
Today we're coming to you with Storm in the Brotherhood. That is number 2. Another installation into the Sins of Sinister, and that's kind of dragging on here. I'm not gonna lie. We've kind of bogged down in the last like release of these books, and the last couple ones, Immoral, X-Men, and all that. So where we picked off, I believe, at the last Storm was they had just got betrayed by Mystique.
Yeah.
When they found Sinister's lab, right? They stole it because, oh, surprise, surprise, we actually want to keep this reality. Right? This is the only reality in which both Mystique and Irene survive, and they're able to spend time together. Yeah, we're gonna steal the lab. We're gonna betray you and the Resistance, and not necessarily be on Sinister's side, but we're gonna try to find somewhere to live our lives out quietly. We'll get a taste of how that's working for them in the very early stage of this book. So, also, Al, I understand you are a Star Wars fan. Like, it's all in here. I can feel it. I get it. Everything from the entering monologue that I'm gonna read here in a second to some of the missions that they go on in this thing. I get that you are a Star Wars fan. No.
Excuse me, Al. No, you either a Star Wars fan or a Spaceballs fan. That's right, John King.
Like, dog. It's gonna be a common theme throughout this book. The Star Wars references are very heavy. It's a time of galactic war. The Sinister Council's Red Diamond Empire is caught in a death struggle with the forces of the Intergalactic Compact, led by the mysterious Orbis Stellaris himself, secretly a variant of Sinister's, enacting his own master plan. Armed with the knowledge, the underground freedom fighters known as the Brotherhood, Storm and them, battle against both Sinister and Stellaris to free the people of the galaxy from the schemes and to avenge planet Arakko. Keep that there, right? Not just to free the people, but to avenge Arakko. During a doomed mission to the ice planet Veron, the rival insurgent cell from the Freedom Force was able to transmit the location of the schematics. Are they sending the plans to blow up the Death Star? Did you just give me Rogue One?
Yes.
Did you just give me Rogue One? Is it? Ow! Did you ain't think I was gonna notice this?
Hey.
Hold on. During a doomed mission to the ice planet Veron, the rival insurgent cell, known as the Freedom Force, was able to transmit the location and schematics of the Compact's latest, most terrifying weapon, a mobile command post the size of a solar system.
Oh, the Death Star.
So they sent you the plans to blow up the Death Star?
I don't like Star Wars like that. I even knew what to do.
I love Star Wars, but like, that's what you doing? Oh my!
You know what they say. What's the sincerest form of flattery?
Parody.
Imitation. Same thing.
Imitation.
Yep. Same thing. Yep. That's what y'all said. That's what the new folk. That's what the young folk call it. They say parody.
Well, I was trying to think of what the word was. I think I was wrong. You was right. We've got a Destiny appearance back at the Brotherhood. Same characters. We got Cable again. We got my boy. What is his name? Iron Bro, Iron Lad. What is dude's name? Let me get to the character page.
Not old Iron white Fire. Who is the dude, the old dude with the white hair?
Oh, you talking about in the very beginning? Yeah. I don't know. No VAR.
We're gonna have to find out who that is. Somebody gonna have to tell me something.
Also, something I caught. I don't know if you noticed it. You know how Storm wears that perch in the front of her hair? Yep. The circle with overarching, huh?
The tiara.
Yes. Yeah. That's what they're using now as the symbol of the Resistance.
Look, I gotta tell you what that is, because you had, some people come on here and cuss you out about that one. So it's a TR.
Yeah, tell me.
It's a TR. Yeah, that's what it is. A TR or a crown. Yeah.
If you gonna cuss me out over not knowing not knowing TR, you better get on. It's not part of my attire. I don't know what that thing called. But yeah, no, they're using that symbol, the one she's wearing now. Gone are the symbols of the X, right? Gone are the symbols of the X. Now we're going by the signal of the storm.
So Novar, because I'm doing some side research, that's Marvel boy. Ensign Marvel, the Protector, Guardians of the he's been on Guardians of the Galaxy, Earth 616, Galactic Council 616. Yeah, he had his triple helix DNA altered with cockroach genes to include insect properties and became a super successor. That's nasty.
Yeah. Okay, that's strange. That's very odd.
Hey, that's nasty. I don't want to read no more of that.
Mystique is coming back, and I think this is 100 or so years after the Sinister thing. What did they give us? Yeah, 100 years since the Sinister takeover. And obviously within that we had the betrayal of Destiny and Mystique. So, interestingly enough though, after Destiny and Mystique betray the Brotherhood, they spend all that time alone. Mystique can't stand Destiny's ass. She said, "You're not about to just hide me here forever because you don't want me to die." Now imagine dooming an entire reality, right? Imagine dooming an entire reality just to save whatever moments you could possibly have with your loved one, just for her to walk out on you because she feels like you hovering and you trying to covet her too close.
And the sad part about that is that I can't say I don't know, because I saw what Peter Parker did. He screwed time up. I saw what Steve Rogers did. He screwed time up. The only people that I know that would make a sacrificial play, and I feel absolutely confident when I say this, is either Spock, the Wrath of Khan, Star Trek, Journey into Darkness, or something like that. When they basically flipped it, it was still Khan, but this time it was Kirk sacrificing his life. It was always one of them two sacrificing their life for the entire ship. Destiny not doing that. She didn't doom everybody.
She doomed everybody for her love, and her love was trying to walk out the door, and not just walk out the door, but walk out the door to go fight with the resistance, to go fight against Sinister.
She walked out the door. Oh, she ready. She about to lie. Like,
but why do we do any of this? Why do we do any of this? You told me. So these the bricks you've been laying since Krakoa. Since you told her to burn it all down, these the bricks y'all been laying so that you could have this life together. Turns to find out Mystique don't even want to live it like that, and she want to go out and fight anyways. So why didn't you use your powers? Oh, come on.
I don't understand why she didn't know Mystique was gonna go out like this. Like, if we go back to the early days of when Mystique made her introduction into Marvel Comics, she was about putting hands on people. Yeah, she might have used Mystique to go about doing it, but she ain't never been one like, oh, I'm just not gonna do nothing. No. She believe in putting hands on people, even in the movies. That's how they portray her. They never portray her as somebody that'll just sit back and watch other people do stuff. She gonna make her plans, but she gonna put hands on somebody. That's always been her personality. So I don't know why why Destiny thought she was just gonna sit back and not do nothing. That's Destiny. Destiny don't put hands on nobody.
For sure. So what Destiny is offering up is the location to Sinister's lab, but for real this time. Like, we actually gonna destroy it this time, because what I tried the last time didn't work, and I've realized the error of my ways. Let's actually kill Moira for real this time, right? Okay, cool. So they're gonna pop up on Sinister's Death Star, essentially. That's what we're looking at. The callbacks are just insane. The callbacks here are insane. First of all, the Compact. Let's talk about how the Compact has basically just become the Empire, right? So it's Sinister led, and basically all the remaining forces that could still mount any level of defense, be it the Skrull, the Kree, and I believe the Shi'ar, are now all working with the Sinisters. So that's what the Compact is, and they've built this Death Star, right? that essentially houses the world farm with inside it where the progenitors are from. All right. So not only is Sinister's lab inside of this thing, but they got the world farm as well, and it's a pretty formidable thing. It's just I can't take it serious because you getting ready to drop out some Death Fighters here, like they about to trace Luke Skywalker all around, and I just, dog, please do something else. Please do something else.
You ain't see old boy and let me see what it's called. It's called the X Fighter Red, and it looks like an X Fighter.
No, the whole setup, all of this, all of it.
I'm like, man, hey man, stop, man, stop. But you know, hey,
dude, he was fresh off of watching New Hope and Rogue One before he wrote this issue. Couple interesting things that are happening in the meantime here though. So Cora is going to crank Destiny's future seeing abilities up to 10. So now all of those little hazy details where it's just possibilities, she's, oh no, this is what's gonna happen. This is what we about to do. Seems like a very useful tool, because think about it, who did Cora the Burning Heart replace? Fabian Cortez, right? So are you telling me that Fabian could have always juiced up Destiny and made her have clearer visions of the future?
You know, Fabian was a slime ball though. He would use his abilities to make you addicted to him and everything like that.
Well, sure, but at the same time, I mean, at the behest of the Quiet Council or at the behest of Xavier, like boost up Destiny so we can get a clearer view of what's coming. It just seems like a very useful tool that they could have used at a certain point in time, at any point in time before now.
Because the fact that Destiny would have known everything that they were lying. Like,
yeah, and you're right. Destiny knowing stuff don't necessarily mean you know stuff. So that's the thing.
The whole purpose was that Moira goes back and forth between wanting to either make sure mutants don't die or that humanity dies. I don't think she knows, because that whole story got convoluted at some point in time. But if Destiny knew, Destiny will always knew how things would play out. So it was basically, if we do this, we give mutants a hope. And I think that's what always, you know, the idea of Krakoa was. I actually looked at it. It was crazy. When they came up with Krakoa, I said, you know, it's crazy. I was like, what if brothers and sisters were students? Hey, we just gonna get us some land. We just gonna move on over here and everything like that. We chilling. You know, y'all do y'all thing over there. We ain't messing with y'all. Don't come over here messing with us. It's one of them things where I can sit back and think about it. Would those who don't want people of color around them be satisfied if people of color moved? In this comic, in X-Men Red, X-Men comics, whatever, you had it where most of the mutants moved to a whole different island. Humanity wasn't satisfied. They then moved off planet. Humanity still wasn't satisfied. It's like, you don't want us around you. We separated by being on a whole separate continent. You still wasn't good. We even went to a whole nother planet. We got off planet. You still not good. It's interesting. It's an interesting take on things aside from the Star Wars take. But yeah,
absolutely. So the plan here is to get inside of the orb and shoot a black hole at the world farm, right? Basically to hold up. They're going to shoot it at the sun. They're going to shoot it at the sun, right? So that's the plan. So as they get inside of the orb and they move into position to fire, right as, you know, Destiny is telling them, okay, yeah, we about to win. We good. I'll see you in the next life, my love.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what happened.
Ooh, Corey ain't waste no time.
Man. Bruh, you know what? It took me talking to you right now for me to realize, like, is that her mask off to the side like that? No.
Yeah, you see the reflection in the mask. Yeah.
That's Cora's blade coming straight through her skull. I'm like, God.
Here we go. Here's Storm. Painless, I hope. Cora had to be, if she had even an instant to form a thought, she had sent back to herself instead of darkness as prophesized. So earlier on, she has when they juice her up, right? And they ask her if everything looks clear, she sees everything up until the point that they get in position to fire, and then it goes black. She assumes that's the timeline resetting. No, you just did. You just paid for all your sins, which was a good thing. Let's get to the bad part. Let's get to the bad part.
Can we pause for a second?
Go ahead.
Core, like that's ruthless. Like you, like that straight through the scalp. Like, nah, you saw how they did Aurora.
Yeah.
No, that's not what that was. No. That's like, nah, you gotta hear.
For sure.
And just we finna show you her mask, which is this is what we know Destiny by. The mask. This is it. This thing is fractured, split in half. That's as powerful a scene as Captain America's shield. And you see Cora's reflection in the mask. I'm like, man, good God Almighty, you wasn't playing. Shout out to the artist.
Here's where I hop off, because we're getting ready to reset this whole thing, right? We came here to kill Moira, except we didn't, and now we at the point that we lived in this reality so long that Storm is second guessing resetting everything. So now are we stuck with this current reality? Like, is this where we're gonna be?
No, because we got one more issue. That's 1,000 years, and we know damn good and well we coming back to the regular universe. So I get it. You know what this is? Avengers versus X-Men versus Eternals. You coming back? No. Watch this. So Aurora not gonna be alive. You gotta come back. We're not gonna go back to the timeline where everybody got dots on their head.
Well, unless they taking us to the end stages, because Fall of the X is supposed to be the next stage. If this is moving us into the final form of X-Men, the futuristic Dominion, Phalanx, in-game type of stuff, it kind of makes sense. I just didn't think we were going to be there permanently. In my mind, I thought they were always going to merge the modern, Krakoan X-Men with that futuristic through that character Rasputin. And now that she's been introduced, I thought that's where we were headed. But
I think we need to do something with Sinister. I think we needed to do something with Sinister, thus the storyline that we're getting, where we're borrowing it from everything like that. We needed to highlight it. We're going to highlight it. More than likely, what we're going to get is Sinister's not going to be on the Quiet Council. Nightcrawler will be returned back to normal and everything like that. And we'll get some resolution to how we're going to go about the whole Moira McTaggart. Because we got to get to the fall of X. And Magneto's still dead. It's one of those things where we're looking at a game plan that was set in motion, and I'm going to go back to it. And that's why I said, going back to what I said earlier about me and D-Real, how we touch these heroes and everything like that. When they came up with House of X, they introduced a whole action figure way. Everybody got brand new characters. Cyclops, Magneto came out in all his white, Wolverine and everything like that. Jean Grey in her classic green skirt. We even got a Moira McTaggart action figure. Don't know why we got so many action figures based off of that storyline. It was ridiculous. You see what I'm saying? So now you have it where you didn't invest that just to kill off these characters. You see where Moira at? Sure. They've never done a Moira McTaggart. You gave us a Moira McTaggart action figure. You're not gonna take her out. She still plays too key of a role. You gotta bring these characters back, and you need to know they just gave us a Banshee action figure. Who we been talking about been missing? Banshee. And what the last time we saw him? Moira ate his face, wore his face and everything like that. They're too invested in these characters for them to stay dead for an extended period of time. It's a reason why people can talk about what they want to over there in the movies, they're not going to kill T'Challa off in the comics because that character makes too much money as an action figure. It was a reason why they released not one, but two different variations. They re-released a T'Challa action figure for the movie. and then gave you a brand new one from the comic book that had nothing to do with the movie. They'll bring these characters back. So to me, it's just something you're giving us some good writing for right now. I understand why you hopped off of it. Probably for the same reason some people you voiced some concern with Avengers versus X-Men versus Eternals. What was it going to change? Was it inevitably going to do something where you could sit back and say, okay, I see a change, or is this just something for right now?
Yeah.
You're gonna bring these characters, because you gotta bring Storm back. And you ain't finna bring her back with no dot in her head. You ain't finna bring, they're not gonna bring them back for 3-4 years. One got a diamond, another one got a spade, another one got, they're not finna do that.
Yeah, I got you. And to get to that you're getting to, instead of blowing it up, Storm harnesses every ounce of power she has left, calls upon gods to open up a wormhole herself, right? And in doing so, that is her dying act. She uses what life she has left to take the world farm from Sinister, essentially rendering that big ass globe inert. It really ain't got no bite now that we got the lab and the world farm. So
what I did like was he touched on her abilities as a sorceress. We don't really touch on that nearly enough in Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
She is low key. I'm not gonna say she's as powerful as Wanda, but for someone who, when they call her a weather witch, she really is a person who has sorceress abilities. She don't use them. So I love the touch on the fact that we touched on that in this one, and she was able to use it. I love the fact that they even talk about the fact what happens if she was to combine her magic with her mutant abilities.
Yeah.
So hopefully when we do that new thing, this is something that we build on as far as Aurora's character, that she does start to use her magical ability, her magic-based abilities as well.
Whenever we get her back to the land of the living, there's a funny little exchange here with the Skrulls and Stellaris, aka Sinister. He says a controlled wormhole just ate them all, and to add insult to injury, my life's work was destroyed by a blasted magic spell. Overlord, surely something can be done. You're right. Something can be done. Computer, switch off life support.
Oh, listen, that's cold. You killing everybody? You don't even care. My dude. No, what's up?
Oh my God.
Listen, that's the epitome of I'm taking my ball and I'm going home.
I'm going home. So yeah, in the aftermath, the rebels are celebrating, right? They mission accomplished until Cora lets them know the storm has passed and that they're on their own now. Next iteration we got of this is another immoral X-Men, followed by the conclusion of Storm and the Brotherhood, Nightcrawlers, and then Sins of Sinister Dominion. I was very so-so about this issue, man. The Star Wars callbacks were a bit heavy to me. Plus, I ultimately didn't like the decision for Storm to die to save this decrepit universe that Sinister has tainted. It's like it'll be forever changed and worsened by him if you don't fix it. And that's kind of the point of getting the Moira farms, right? That's the point. What use to you are they if you're not going to use them?
I think if I had to look at the run so far, I mean, that was 100 years later. How if she don't die this way, how long we expect her to live? Like, I mean, she's an old woman. So you know, she got to peace out at some point in time. I think, as crazy as it may seem, I know how I feel about the black person always dying. I wouldn't bother. This made sense to me and everything like that. The writing made sense. You know, we can joke and laugh and pick fun at the overarching Star Wars theme of it and everything like that.
Yeah, I mean, given the timeline, she's well over 100 years old. She's probably approaching 200.
Right. So what I want to see though is I'm interested. Like, what we doing? And I think that's the thing when people talk about comic sales and how they're going in the tank and everything like that. I just think we've gotten to a point where we're just tired of being disappointed. You know, what's the point of this run? Embedding the Sinister gene in everybody is just a work of art. Like that does, the fact that his presence is just so dominant that if he just put his gene in there, everybody finna start acting a donkey. Okay. Do that, and even then, he think he got some say so, and the people, because the thing is, I'm like this, bro, you were the smartest one in the room. Like you really made people that were already smarter than you. Now they're just as sinister as you. That don't work,
right?
Dude.
Yeah, it's like there's a point in there where he doesn't even realize how bad he is himself, because you just put a room full of yous around you and didn't even realize what kind of danger you was putting yourself in.
Right. So, I'm here for it and everything like that. So it gives some more highlight to the character, make things more intriguing, but we know it's not going to stay that way. We know it's not. You're going to revert. Now, because I have seen some solicitations for X-Men Red after this and everything like that. Some of these characters are going to be coming over to the main universe. The one with the blood, the blood and everything like that. He'll be coming over, so I'm looking forward to that. And Heartfire. And then the first person that they're going up against, golly, I can't remember the person. I saw it somewhere. Next time I see it, but I actually saw it in a comment. I think I saw it in a comment somewhere. Where the person that they're going to be going up against, you're like, oh, Lord have mercy. To the point where they got to call on Uranus. Like, hey, bro.
They gonna cash in that card already? They gotta use that on Nimrod. Nimrod has disappeared. Is he not an overarching thing anymore? He didn't just disappear from the storyline. I guess it's not relevant to what's happening right now, but you would think he has to pop back up in a major way at some point.
The thing is, when you look at Uranus, there's this guy, and John Solo. I don't mind. You know me. I don't mind sharing love. But John Solo on YouTube, he does this incredible thing talking about the messed up origins of such and such and so on. So I didn't know Uranus was actually a god. Like Uranus is actually a titan.
Oh, so, you mean like in like Greek mythology? Yeah.
So it's one of the things where low key, that's where they be basing these characters off of and everything like that. So I'm like, oh, he really a badass like that. No. You need to keep him under lock and key for real. If he based off that dude, y'all do don't. So, I just like great storytelling. I know this is not gonna go anywhere. If anything, you would give us a new character out of it. I don't see there being any irrevocable changes other than the fact the Sinister gene never takes place, and they do something different with Sinister. Because, like I said, they gotta reset Nightcrawler.
they gotta reset a lot of people. A lot of people.
But I like it though, man. It's a good read. I ain't gonna brother Storm, and whoever thought we would be saying Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants. Like,
it is an interesting title. It's a very interesting.
I'm not thinking in the 80s and 90s, even when Storm made her appearance, giant size X-Men, Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants. No.
Well, y'all tell us what y'all thought about the book so far. Put it in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Come back every week with us. We have some sort of comic book content coming for you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.